Recording two new locally acquired COVID cases. One, an Uber driver from the Gold Coast whose infection is unlinked. Authorities say he's fully vaccinated but spent 3 days in the community while infectious, sparking concerns of a potential lockdown. The Premier is pleading with Gold Coast residents to get vaccinated as rates lag there.
This is a good wake-up call for Gold Coast that this is happening in your community at the moment. I am concerned and we need to make sure that we monitor this over the next 24, 48 hours.
The second case is a teenager from Beaudesert linked to the Moree cluster. She tested positive in home quarantine after spending time in Beaudesert and Warwick. Sunshine State residents have welcomed an easing in mask restrictions after reaching the 80% single-dose milestone, but the Premier is encouraging residents on the Gold Coast to wear masks.
We may have to put in place some further restrictions. Therefore, people should consider on public transport on the Gold Coast, they should consider about wearing a mask, but also too if they are in crowded situations.
Let's go live now to our Queensland editor, Peter Gleeson. Gleeson, this is worrying for Gold Coast but broader Queensland.
Yeah, Kieran, it certainly is. Who'd want to be a Uber driver these days? I mean, we had that similar case a couple of weeks ago with a Uber driver. This particular Uber driver from Carrara, which is just down the road from here, he was double vaxxed, so that's a good thing. But look, talk and speculation this morning about whether, in fact, tougher restrictions will be implemented by the Palaszczuk government. Certainly the L word, lockdown, is being bandied about. But I think that would fly in the face of everything that we've heard from a messaging perspective from the Palaszczuk government over the last 6 to 8 weeks, where basically they've put all their eggs into the vaccination basket and are saying, all right, once you get up to those magical 80% double vax and 90%, we'll look at making life a lot simpler for you guys. So, look, I think, Kieran, today a warning to Gold Coasters, and of course Gold Coast, one of the worst vaccination rates in the country. So I think you'll find that there will be an upsurge, there will be an escalation in vaccination rates on the Gold Coast, and there'll certainly be an increase in the number of people who are being tested right now.
Yeah, they've gone from, say, the carrot to the stick, haven't they, as well, saying if you're not vaccinated, there's no big bash, no sporting events, and it's a big summer ahead there.
Yeah, and look, there's also speculation that, if we can really put the foot down on those vaccination rates, she may even go earlier than December 17. That would be a real Houdini trick, I must say, when she's had such a draconian and such a strong lockdown and border restriction stance in recent months. But wouldn't that be great, Kieran, if we could have the borders opened for the GABA Ashes test, which I think starts in about December 8 or something, December 7.
Yeah, it is about that, and it's going to be a great series, although the poor English cricket fans, nothing to cheer about last night with the thriller against New Zealand. But just finally, Gleeson, I guess the challenge for Queensland about an early opening, to me, from afar, seems that, when you've got those low rates in the more remote parts of Queensland, in regional Queensland, is there the infrastructure to manage a spike or an outbreak in regional parts of that state?
Well, certainly nurses don't think so. The Nurses Union recently did a survey. The first survey came back 72% of nurses thought that we didn't have the infrastructure to deal with the Delta outbreak. It's now 92%, so that suggests there's even less optimism there. But that's one of the big issues here in Queensland, Kieran, and that is the state of the health system. The health system here is under tremendous pressure, and yet we haven't been subjected to the same dramas that have existed in New South Wales and Victoria with hospitals. So that's an area where I think Health Minister Yvette D'Ath has certainly fallen down, and you'd have to think right now that they are very concerned about this Gold Coast outbreak, because if it does escalate, does the hospital system have the capacity to deal with it?
Yeah, well, that's the unknown at the moment, and it's certainly lagging much of the rest of the nation, that's for sure, Glee. So we'll chat to you later in the program. Thank you for that. Now,